Kind of forgot how funky that old intro was. Well, if you want to call that funky. Good evening, truck and tractor pool fans. It's weird looking at a little tiny camera right in front of you. I'm used to a big camera. Things changed here. But anyway, how's Kendra tonight? You look very tired. Very tired, yeah. Not that there was
I
a pool
do not recommend what we have 3 pools in 4 days on top of
something
working
like that.
40 hours in 3 days.
Yep.
0 out of 10.
Yeah, it's been busy. So
but no, we'll get through tonight and I'll go crash.
There you go. Same
there
here.
You go.
Duante Beast.
Oh, I'm doing all right. I haven't been running crazy like you guys have late nights, but yeah.
Right.
I've been busy soaking up all the humidity lately.
Yeah.
Looky here. There's a stranger finally come back to see us.
Say it.
Man, how are you? You know this person too.
April's always with us. We love April.
Always with us. Always with us. Greg Cooper. Yep. They had monster trucks. We'll get into that here shortly. We'll cover the pulling aspect of Fishersville. But anyway, yeah, lots to go over. Will we make it in an hour? I don't know. But we're not going to be too much past that because I'm afraid Kendra will be the next one snoring on line live. So we don't need that. I already got one on the Bigfoot side of things. My understanding is likes to do that when he gets on with his buddies and it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. They say he's a buzzsaw. So, but anyway, falls asleep. But anyway, yeah, lots of stuff going on from Fishersville to Westminster and Lebanon, Bel Air, on and on and on. So I believe Kendra's going to take off and lead us off here first. So,
yeah. So way back on the 19th or 20th, whatever day I said it was, the 19th, we're going to go back. Obviously, we weren't here last week with Lebanon. We were all up there. JR will get to that in a little bit. So anyway, let's rewind back to Hughesville. Was not there, but heard it was a fantastic event. They did change their track around a little bit up there. Anybody who was there in years past, it was kind of a stone dusty track. And I think they have scraped off the stone dust and everybody's pulling on dirt now. Huge class of mod turbos showed up out there. Taking the win was a name we haven't seen much of and certainly haven't seen in first place. Most of you guys know Art Bolivar, who runs around with the Hoyts. His son Tyler took the win with Just In Case at 286. Awesome. Yep. And Art was proud as a peacock up there at Lebanon with it. Second place went to Vern Zerby with OOZ going 281.84. Jason Forrester was third place with Papa Smurf at 281.36. Fourth went to Brad Peters and Nick Morrison with the Outcast going 272.67. Fifth place went to Vern Zerby with Z Unit at 269.64. 0.03 behind Z Unit was Dr. LZ, also of Vern Zerby, going 269.61. Seventh place was BJ Wilkins with Bull Ride at 264.09. Eighth place went to Corey Eberhart with Gold Edition at 260.19. Ninth place went to Eric Eberhart with Hammer Down at 259.20. 10th went to Matt Dersham, hasn't been out for a while, with the other half at 252.75. 11th place went to High on the Hog at 185.2. And rounding out the class of 12 was Scott Kiskadden with Bleeding Blue going 148.85. Then we're going to jump over to the light limiteds. Unfortunately, only 3 tractors were on hand for Hughesville. Those Friday night pools are sometimes hit and miss, unfortunately, especially with tractors that aren't running competitively in points. You know, Hughesville isn't exactly the easiest pool to get to. Plus, you know, Friday nights people do. Fortunately, some of us have to work to maintain this extravagant lifestyle. Taking the win was Jason Michael with Unleashed. He went 287.86. Second place went to Sue Johnson with the Iron Maiden, going 285.54. And rounding out the class was newcomer Kobe Rossman with Bits and Pieces going 223.45. Pro Farms were also on hand. This was their only hook in the last 2 weeks. They had 4 tractors on hand up at Hughesville. Taking the win was Ivan Hessong with the limestone binder going 300.54 feet. Second place was Mark Culbertson with Stitch going 288.85. Third was Nelson Harding with the Ford 9000 going 277.78. And rounding out the class was Marshall Beidel going 273.85. Then we're going to jump over to the last interstate class of the evening, which was the modifieds. Taking the win was Kirsty Robinson with Phony 2, going 290.02. Second place was Jason Weichel with Untamed, going 284.47. Third place was Dale Forrester with Nonsense, going 282.68. Fourth was Rick Wolf with 100 Proof, going 267.38. Fifth place was Ian Ericker with Unstable, with an unfortunate distance of 79.53. And more unfortunately was Don Haley. He just couldn't keep it away from that dangling white line with track fever and got disqualified. Now I'm going to jump over and do the first night of Shippensburg Fair. This is a wonderful, wonderful pool. If you guys have never been to Shippensburg Fair, it's awesome. Huge fair here in South Central. Where am I at? Pennsylvania.
Right. Good job. Right state.
It's been a long day. It's been a long couple of days.
Come on. It's just down the road from your house.
I know. It's like 11 miles that way. That place. My turbos and small block trucks were on hand. I think Pull Off Production was also there. Unfortunately, I just don't have their distances. Looks like 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 mod turbos were on hand for night 1. Even more for night 2, but we'll get to that in a couple minutes. Taking the win out of that huge class of 13 was Guy Gokenauer with Stress Test, 318.85. Second place was Scott Kiskaden with Bleeding Blue at 310.25. Third place was Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf at 310.2. And I want to give a shout out over on the Forrester Pulling page. Jason just posted a very detailed and I want to say mechanical yet understandable video of all the things he's been doing with Papa Smurf, trying to get some more horsepower. And if you guys haven't seen that, go give it a look. Kind of cool how he talks about, increasing push rods and valves and all the kind of fun stuff. You
could try a red tin of paint. Might help too.
Yeah. So, not to get on the soapbox, but that's the kind of videos the pulling world needs, is people going out there and explaining what they're doing under the hood. Anyway, dismount from the soapbox. Fourth place, back to Shippensburg, was Vern Zerby with Z Unit going 309.90. Vern Zerby again with Double OZ was 309.25. I think I'm up to sixth place was Lauren Smith with Moody Blue at 300.9. Eighth place was BJ Wilkins with Bull Ride at 295.45. Eighth place. I'm sorry. BJ was seventh. Brad Peters was eighth with the Outcast at 294.70. Ninth was Ray Belak with Rage in Red at 290.60. After Ray was Chris Pangle with Blue Line at 290.05. 11th was Kenny Ryan with the Green Machine at 282.50. 12th place was Justin Latour with Addicted at 267.65. Rounding out the class was Dr. LZ going 87.20. Then I need to find it, was the small block trucks, 10 of them on hand. Those guys, they always show up. There's always 10 trucks. Good for them. That's what promoters want to see. Taking the win was Tyler Shives with Bootlegger going an astounding distance of 349.80. Second place was Jared Stoner with Silverback going 341.60. Third place was Travis Utsi with Stomper going 341.5. Fourth was Ryan Varner with Mountain Maniac at 338.1. Right behind him was Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 338 feet even. Sixth place was Austin Stoner with Analyze This going 337.20. Seventh was Denny Shives with Alcohol Abuse going 332.10. Eighth place was Derek Dice with Mopar Magic 2 at 331.10. Ninth was Sam Hassler with Junkyard Dog going 329.4. And rounding out the class was Chris Utsi with One Bad Bow Tie going 329 feet even. That goes for my first two pulls. JR. Or is he just going to stay on mute?
You have to turn your mic on. His mouth moves.
We should have just let him go. See how long it lasts.
It's out of sequence here. Dwayne was going to start and then finish, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of Fishersville real quick. First time back at Fishersville, probably a handful or so of years, and I'm assuming it's a new promoter, new clay on the track, et cetera, et cetera. I heard some good things from some of the people that were there, so it sounds like that may be a new stop for East Coast from now on. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go over the Super Stock Pro Stock tractor class that was there. Unfortunately, only 2 East Coast tractors were there with some other tractors as well. And taking a win was Davey Moore with One More Deer at 332.33. Second was Tara Moore Brittner with the More Agitation John Deere, 324.11. Third was Jimmy Williams with Cadillac Red at 252.37. Fourth, Jimmy Williams also with Some Assembly Required at 248.79. Fifth, Jason Neese with a tractor we haven't seen in a while called the Bandit Superstock International, 245.18. Sixth, Tommy Williams with Firestorm, 235.96. Understand tractors 2, 3, and 6 are mod turbos. But we appreciate them coming out and supporting the class and running with them, et cetera, et cetera. And I think they're going to be attending some more events throughout the rest of the season here. So, also on hand were the modified four-wheel drive trucks. I do not have. I forgot to get the Pro Stock 4x4 trucks. Now, I know there were 3 of them there, and I apologize for that. And I'll bring them back to you. Okay, I got a big class of modified 4x4. Yeah, they are posted. Yeah, I forgot to get them. Modified 4x4 trucks, 16 on hand. That is a big number. Taking the win, John Davis with the Young Gun Chevrolet out of Tappahannock at 322.52. Second was Will Hitchcock with the Homewrecker Ford at 320.77. Am I going too fast, Dwayne? You got time?
No,
Third,
I'm just getting ready to share it to you.
Oh, okay. Third was Mason Briesendine with the Cut Loose GMC at 320.45, following in Daddy's footsteps there. Good run. Fourth was Wayne Tapscott, the second with High Anxiety at 317.74. Fifth was Wesley Keys with the Black Eye Chevrolet at 317.34. Sixth, Peyton Davis with the Punisher Chevy at 311.81. Now let me scooch around here and look. Seventh was Michelle Abshire with Split Decision at 311.28. Man, that truck's really coming around for the team there. We're going to talk about some more good stuff about that truck here shortly. Eighth place was Jordan Nettie with the Just Rutten at 311.11. Ninth was Troy Nels with the Gone AWOL Jeep at 310.89. 10th, Chad Lamb with the Virginia Outlaw 2.0 at 305.48. 11th, Kevin Schools with the Farmer's Daughter at 303.39. Let's see, 12th. Where's 12th? There's 12th. Jared, I'm assuming that's Parlett. Yeah, Jared Parlett with the Silver Bullet, 297.76. 13th was Wayne Tapscott III with the Tasmanian Terror 2 at 288.77. 14th was Glenn Dugan with the White Horse at 288.54. 15th, Monkey Davis was Seldom Seen at 267.77. And rounding out the class was Matthew Fant with the Big Show at 81.45. And I'm assuming Dwayne has sent something over to me real quick.
Did it come through in a text message? I don't know. For
Text.
some reason, it's not going very fast.
No.
I can read it off real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. It's not coming through. Go ahead.
The Pro Stock 4x4 truck results from Fishersville. In first place was Kathy Jewell with Tenacious. She had a 339.83. In second place was Brad Broy, driving cash only, had a 330.44. And in third place was Scotty Harlow with Untamed Horses. He had a 325.23.
Okay.
That's what I have.
All right. That wrapped up Fishersville, and look for future dates coming, I guess, 2025 and beyond, hopefully. Dwayne, we're going to cut you loose now, buddy.
Good deal. I'm going to start with the Monday night show at Montour-DeLong. It was a Snyder County truck and tractor pullers event. There was 3 classes on the schedule, but the third, I think it was the third class, Mod Turbos.
I think so. I don't think it was a point took for interstate, though.
But that last class got rained out. So anyway, I'm going to start here with the Enhanced Farm, 12,000-pound Enhanced Farm. In first place was Brooks Major with a 327.61, putting 22 feet on second place, which is a pretty crazy run. Wow. But he's a really good running Enhanced Farm tractor. In second place was Caitlin Houck with a 305.95. In third place was Mason Sudall with a War Wagon. He had a 302.02. In fourth place was Matthew Sudall with a 60-30. He had a 269.32. In fifth place was DJ Boop with the Barnyard Kid, had a 285.58. In sixth place was Brandon Ewing. On a Case 1070, he had a 284.26, and in seventh place was Mike Corder with the other deer. He had a 185.04. The next class was the 10.5 Hot Stock, and in first place was Brad Kremer with the French Road deer. He had a 325.85. In second place was Matt Sudall with a 314.47. In third place was Dennis Boop with a Black Stripe Addiction. He had a 313.79. In fourth place was Robert Houck on Old Red. He had a 312.03. In fifth place was John Foreman driving a John Deere called It's Always Something. He had a 310.55. And in sixth place was Jeff Brenninger with Red Law. He had a 303.34. So that was on Monday night. Then on Tuesday night, where the truck and gas, diesel, and semi classes. First class I have here was Pro Street Gas. In first place was Mike Mitchell with Bad to the Bone. He had a 331.58. Second place was Carl Burhell with a 328.47. In third place was Kim Fried in the Frogtown Favorite, had a 324.06. Fourth place, Craig Shanner with Unlimited Pleasure. He had a 323.05. In fifth place was Glenn Beckley with a 300.47. And in sixth place was Dwayne Temple with a 294.46. Next class up, Wild Street. In Wild Street, in first place was Cody. Oh, now hold on a minute. In first place was Todd Young. Todd Young with a Ford. He had a 305.60. In second place, Nate Murdoch with a 291.28. Third place was Jake Wagner driving Working Man Blues, had a 286.24. Fourth place, Sam Radell in a GMC had a 261.74. And in fifth place was Nick Diggin with a Dodge Power Ram, had a 240.11. Next class up was the 2.6 Diesel. In first place was Brendan Fink driving a truck called No Mercy at a 338.89. In second place was Chris Lloyd with a 335.86. In third place, Dave Orwin Jr. with a 332.46. In fourth place, Kyler Zeckman with a 323. A lot of thumbs up, 323.84. In fifth place was Jesse Young driving a Ford called Gray Area, had a 323.80. In sixth place is a guy that I didn't see much yet this year, Noah Hostetler, and his Ford F-250 at a 316.44. And in seventh place was Matt Mace, driving little by little with a 304.00. Next class up was the 3.0 diesel. In first place was Greg Walker, driving the Dreams Happen truck, had a 344.14. In second place was one of the Heimbachs, either Jason or Samantha. They had 338.41. And in third place was Jared Brown, back out again for I think might have been his first time out this year, with a truck called Bad Karma, had a 336.68. In the Run What You Brung class, there was in first place was the Heimbach diesel truck with a 334.73. In second place was Jared Brown with a 319.21. In third place, Jake Wagner with a 247.07. And in fourth place, Tyler Budman with a 209.41. And the last class that I have here was street semis. In first place was Terry Selnick with a 298.93. In second place was a truck from around here, Cole Getz, with the Marmon. He had a 289.77. And in third place was Matthew Browning with a Mack fire truck, had a 285.11. So that's what I have for Montour-DeLong. Now I got to go backwards. Well, next up, we have Lebanon, and I filled in last minute on the track, so I was looking down the belly of the beast all evening. And in first place, first class I have is the 466 Hot Farm Tractors, first class that was up, and in first place was Doug Heyman with Bull's Binder. He had a 346.06. In second place was Nick Morrison with Toxic. He had a 336.87. In third place was Brian Morrison with a Shed Shaker, had a 334.34. In fourth place was Ray Norris, drive a Pack and Heat John Deere, had a 334.22. In fifth place was Mikey Moreland, driving an international called Diggin' Deep. He had a 332.24. In sixth place was Luke Gladhill with Weapon X, had a 330.50. In seventh place was Mark Cable from West Virginia. He had a 330.02. In eighth place was Alan Lynch with Betting on Green, had a 325.66. In ninth place was Nelson Harding, driving a Ford with a 313.62. And in 10th place was Robert Dixon Jr. with a Problem Child. He had a 267.50. The next class was the 7,800-pound East Coast Diesel 4x4 class. And in first place was...
Don't stumble over that, Dwayne.
I need to zoom in a little bit. In first place was a guy we don't...
Be nice.
Don't
Be nice.
There he was, Jeremy Denson with a 310.90.
Too disturbed.
Too disturbed. In second place was Norm Newswanger with the Chapter 1140 at a 306.80. Kendra, you have anything to add to that?
I was just very happy that Denson won, and Norm sharpened his tires, so it was a win for us too.
See, I knew Norm was involved there somewhere. I just, as they say down south, I noted. I just noted.
He had a really nice, strong run.
I was very happy.
He had a
Jeremy.
fantastic run.
Yep.
Long overdue.
Yep. Awesome.
I'm sorry, Dwayne. It's all you now. We won't interrupt you no more.
Yeah.
I
in
promise.
Third place,
I promise.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can.
Okay.
In third place,
I know I can.
But... There you go. In third place was Tom Hassler with Twisted Addiction. He had a 306.02. In fourth was James Barter with a 304.52. In fifth place was Carl Ankowitz with a 298.34. In sixth place was Kervin Zimmerman with the Outlaw. He had a 291.42. And that was in sixth place. In seventh place was Matt Horse with a Pushing the Limit Dodge with a 250.56. And we were fighting gremlins at 2 pulls now, so it's coming apart totally tomorrow night.
He's done misbehaved.
We have some clutch issues. It's not engaging properly. And I think we smoked it one time, and now it doesn't want to behave. I shouldn't say we smoked it. We had problems with it slipping. The third class up at Lebanon on Wednesday night was the 10,000 Pro Stock Super Stock, 95 Super Stock. Or hold on a minute. The Weimer Fuel and Turbo Pro Stock Super Stock class. In first place was Davey Moore with a 347.64. That was an impressive run too, and it came towards the end of the class, and I was backpedaling. In second place was Tara Moore with More Agitation. She had a 321.96. In third place was Chris Hoyt on the Nutcase. He had a 318.24. In fourth place was Josh Martin with That Darn Deer, had a 275.08. And fifth was Corey Hoyt with Stress Case, had a 263.42. And I think the tractor might have been hurt at the end of the run because he shut it down because it didn't sound right. In sixth place was Tom Ermson with Eyesore 2. He had a 175.52, and Tommy Bedgar didn't make it onto the track.
You did pretty good with that Bedgar name, Bedgar. I've heard Badger, Bedger, heard all kinds of names. I've heard other names I can't say here too. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
it's comical to hear some names sometimes.
My history with that guy and that tractor goes back pretty far. Way back into the Steam-A-Rama days where we were early in our diesel truck pulling, and Tommy would come out and do exhibition runs at Steam-A-Rama with his tractor. So I got to see the tractor and hear the name many, many years ago.
How far back? 80s?
No, not that far. It was probably about the time Tanner started announcing.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going back to Tommy's diesel days. Okay, never mind.
No,
you're not that old.
Quite that far. That was a little bit out of the region.
You. Appreciate that. Thanks, buddy. I remember seeing him pulling 806 with no helmet, no driver suit, nothing. Tricycle front end.
Going wild.
That's how far back I go. Okay, anyway.
The fourth class was the 6200 four-wheel drive trucks. In first place was Wayne Tapscott III with Tasmanian Terror 2. He had a 302.26. And if I remember right, he was possibly the test hook. And if he would have kept that hook, he would have stayed in the lead the whole way through, but he dropped it. And I seen him down at the end of the track pace, and I knew that he wasn't very happy that he had dropped his hook, because all the distances went backwards, but he came back at the end and took the win. In second place was Troy Nails with Going AWOL, had a 296.56. In third place, Greg Hitchcock, driving Grounds for Divorce, had a 293.14. In fourth place was Wayne Tapscott II, driving High Anxiety, had a 292.82. In fifth place was Will Hitchcock with the Home Wrecker, he had a 292.60. In sixth place was George Abshire with Split Decision. He had a 289.18. In seventh place was Dean Hitchcock, driving a truck called On Shaky Ground with a 288.10. And Charmaine Clark was on the track, but had problems with a dead battery and didn't make a run. And the last class that evening was the Limited Pro Stock Semis. In first place, none other than Hank Oster with the Scrapper with a 317.26. In second place was Dale Meliznik with Big Mo had a 302.52. In third place was Dave Greek with Pressure Time, had a 298.82. In fourth place was Albert Brown with a Back and Black Mac, had a 291.86. And in fifth place was Matt Hurst, driving Inconvenience, had a 290.42. Can you believe that? The Back and Black Mac and Inconvenience come in on the same trailer, and they're about a foot apart on the track. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, that is all I have for Lebanon.
Anything else? Does that
I
wrap you up?
I have anything that wraps me up.
Ooh, okay.
Back to
I
Kendra,
believe
I think.
that goes back to Miss Kendra.
Yeah.
Klub Kendra.
Klub Kendra. All right, so we're going back to Shippensburg. We're going to finish out that weekend. I just realized I was supposed to finish it the first time, but it'll be all right.
That's okay.
I'll just talk for longer this time.
fine.
So Shippensburg night 2, we had 17 mod turbos on hand. Saturday night, huge show. And from what I have heard, apparently the power went out with one tractor to go. No flashbacks necessary to Bel Air last year, where like we all almost blew away. It wasn't that bad. But
it's Bel Air, man. Area. We got really lucky this year. We had beautiful weather this year.
Oh, Bel Air was beautiful. But yeah, we'll get to that. Anywho, taking the win out of those 17 tractors was Vern Zerby with Dr. LZ going 319.45. Second place went to Nathan Graham with the Blue Reaper going 316.35. Third place was Scott Kiskaden, which was the one who had to drive in the dark with Bleeding Blue. He went 314.9. Fourth place was Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf at 313.6. Fifth place went to Ray Belak with Ragin' Red at 313.30. Sixth place went to Justin Latour with Addicted at 312.2. Seventh went to Guy Gokenauer with Stress Tests at 311.30. Eighth went to Dennis Boot with High on the Hog at 310.6. Ninth went to Brad Peters with The Outcast at 305.60. 10th place went to Matt Dersham with the 305.50. 11th went to Vern Zerby with Z Unit at 299.55. 12th went to BJ Wilkins with Bull Ride at 298.6. 13th place went to Vern Zerby with Double OZ at 298.5. 14th went to Kayla Graham with Billet Blue at 298.2. 15th went to Chris Pangle with the Blue Line at 294.45. 16th place was Kenny Rippian with Green Machine at 291.40. And rounding out that huge class was Eric Eberhardt with Hammer Down at 291.2. Now we're going to jump ahead to, I guess it was last weekend at 2. I guess we were at Westminster first last Friday, July the 26th. Going to start with the light limited bunch, 4 tractors on hand. Again, them Friday night classes are hard. First place went to Jason Michael with the Unleashed at 297.33. Second place went to Ben Flaherty with Smokin' Red at 285.98. Third place went to Bradley Wassler with Whistlin' Red at 282.66. Sue Johnson with Iron Maiden rounded out the class at 265.97. Then we will go over to the modifieds. Big class of 12 on hand. Good for them. That class has kind of been struggling. Not a lot of people running for points this year. Taking the win at Westminster was Jason Weichel. This was the first pool that he has gotten first place with both tractors into the 2 different classes. So congratulations to him. Untamed took the win at 314.22 in the mod class. Second place went to Ricky Blizzard with Barely Affordable at 311.26. Third place went to Ian Ericker with Unstable at 292.60. Fourth place went to Dale Forrester with Track Fever at 288.99. Fifth place went to Kirsty Robinson with Phony 2 at 288.19. 6th place was Andy Forrester with Nonsense at 282.51. 7th was Nelson Egoff with Tinker Toy at 279.57. 8th place was Tom Kennedy with Old Reliable at 266.70. 9th place was Brittany Carroll with Unaffordable at 249.68. 10th place was Scott Smith with Dream Machine at 192.44. And 11th was Jamie Curley with 100 Proof at 166.24. Where are they? Two-wheel drives at Westminster. First place was Ian Ericker with the Village Idiots at 290.31. Second place was Dale Forrester with the Bandit going 286.15. Third place was Casey Wolf with the Wolf Pack at 278.06. And rounding out the class of two-wheel drives was Andy Forrester with Turn Back the Clock going 273.85. Then we're going to go to Two Top on Saturday night. Heard it was a beautiful night. Sad I wasn't there to get some fresh cut fries with some nice warm cheese sauce. If anybody's been there, you know those just hit differently a little there. Anyway, can you tell I'm very food driven at these pools?
Yeah, don't
I
say
know
too
what
much.
good food is, you know? Well, now I bring all the food. So the good food's at the Chapter 11 trailer. Just saying.
Easy. Don't tell everybody, man. I want a piece. Next thing you know, everybody's going to beat me there, and I won't get any of it.
What did I miss? What'd you say?
Food.
What food? Where?
I wanted to get some food at the Chapter 11 trailer. She's giving away the secret.
Yeah, I said now all the good foods at the Chapter 11 trailer.
Hold on a minute.
You see this thing? You it might not show up, but these things. A damn cell phone. See that, Kendra?
Is that some Amish on your phone?
All you got to do is go over to Facebook and hit the messenger thing. It says JR. Say, hey.
You're always too busy,
camp.
man.
I know.
You're too busy to have fun.
Anyway, maybe we should just
want you to feed us at Bel Air.
Maybe we should just nix that whole idea and go to Brian Morrison's trailer and get some peach ice cream. He's offering, I think.
Yeah, speaking of Bel Air, this is the first year I was at Bel Air since 2019. Can you believe that?
And it's right down the road from your house.
Yeah, 15 mile. But 2019. Anyway, finish up there.
Anywho, Two Top. Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Fun little venue to pull there. Everything's on a hill except for the tracks all the way at the bottom. First class of the night was the 7,700-pound light limited. 5 of them on hand. Taking the win was Cody Anderson with his international 1066 going 329.37. Second place, Chris Lutman with the Hokie Harvester. Got it running. 324.54.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, but no offense to the Lutman family there, but been a long time since that tractor's made a good pass down the track. Third place was Jason Michael with Unleashed going 314.60. Fourth place was Sue Johnson with Iron Maiden going 304.06. And rounding out the class of 5 was Kevin Grubb with his John Deere going 292.45 or 55. Sorry. Don't want to short anybody. Then we went to Two Top, and basically everybody plus one who was at Westminster Friday night made the trek up to Two Top. So another huge class of modifieds, 12 of them on hand. Taking the win was Ian Ericker with Unstable going 303.54. Second place was Jamie Curley with 100 Proof at 302.81. Third place was Dale Forrester with Track Fever going 300.15. Fourth place was Kirsty Robinson with Phony 2 going 296.34. Fifth place was Kevin Stauffer with Rough and Ready at 294.62. Sixth place was Jason Michael with Untamed going 291.9. Seventh was Ricky Blizzard with Barely Affordable at 287.6. Eighth place, Ricky Blizzard doing double duty on Unaffordable at 282.19. Ninth place was Tom Kennedy with Old Reliable at 281.67. 10th place went to Nelson Egoff with Tinker Toy at 280.17. You're muted.
Two times the charm.
10th place. What
Yeah.
the world, Mopar guy? Okay. I'll shut up.
11th place was Andy Forrester with Nonsense going 278.01. And rounding out the class was Scott Smith with the Dream Machine going 225.40. Also on hand that night were the small block trucks. This was actually the last of the interstate classes there that evening. 10 trucks on hand. Taking the win was Austin Stoner with Analyze This at 311.71. Second place went to Denny Shives with Alcohol Abuse at 303.89. Third place was Denny Stoner with Making Tracks at 303.19. Fourth place was Tyler Shives with The Bootlegger at 302.32. Fifth place was Derek Dice with Mopar Magic 2 at 302.04. Sixth place was Travis Utzi with the Stomper at 300.47. Seventh place was Jared Stoner with Silverback at 299.65. Eighth place was Chris Utzi with One Bad Bow Tie at 296.89. Ninth place was Sam Hassler with Junkyard Dog going 293.22. And 10th place was Ryan Varner with Mountain Maniac going 276.71. And that rounds out Interstate of the Past. We'll discuss upcoming events coming soon. Make sure JR unmutes his mic before he starts talking.
Again.
You know, I usually don't mute myself, so I've got to get used to that.
That's 3 times now.
I know. Don't worry, it'll be more. I'll get used to it eventually. But anyway, yeah, we go to I don't know what year it is for the Harford County Farm Fair and Truck and Tractor Pulling, but it's been a long time. And again, 2019 with the pandemic for 2 years, and then I had the pandemic myself, and then my father was in the hospital. But 2024, definitely beautiful weather, which is extremely odd for Bel Air. 2 beautiful days and great pulling action. Hats off to the crew. And here we go. Leading off Friday night was the 7,500-pound modified tractors. Only 3 on hand. We got to start cracking the whip and get some guys out here on the track. Taking the win, Len Brookhart, hometown hero, right? Hometown favorite, if you will, the Radio Reactor, 316.02. Second was the Hammer, Jason McKenzie at 314.24. I know, nobody understands that. But third was Phil Jones, 219.27. Next up, I do believe, would have been the 20,000-pound limited pro stock semi trucks. Taking the win, Hank Oster with the, am I on the right day? Yes. Hank Oster with the scrapper, 328.64 takes the win. Second was Jerry Martin with the Inconvenience Freightliner at 330.54. Third, Harry Dayhoff, a local from up here in Pennsylvania, with the all-in Kenworth at 262.53. Fourth, why am I saying that? I am so sorry. I read the wrong one in the wrong. I got to back up and start all over again. I am so sorry. Boy, Dave Greek would have been calling me tomorrow morning. All right, we're going to back up and start all over because I was reading something I had numbered in the hook order instead of reading the proper finishing order. Dave Greek takes the win with pressure time at 347 feet even. Second was Jerry Martin. I did get that one right. With the Inconvenience at 330.54. Third was Hank Oster with a scrapper at 328.64. Fourth was Albert Brown with the Back in Black Mac, 320.88. Fifth, Dale Malinzak with Big Mo at 314.69. Sixth was Harry Dayhoff with the all-in Kenworth, 262.53. And Brian Smith with some weird problems. Wasn't quite sure what all went through. The belts off the front of the engine, et cetera, and some other stuff. With the Snowblind Mac at 8.86. Next up, the 7,800-pound East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks in the star of diesel truck pulling all over the United States of America from right here in New Park, Pennsylvania.
I think you are being way too generous.
Oh, come on. It's John Mann with Crazy X, man. With his new setup. Awesome truck. Looks great. Fresh paint job, et cetera, and runs like crazy. I'll keep it clean. 333.31 taking the win. Second, Kervin Zimmerman with the Outlaw at 330.71. Third was Carl Ankwicks with the Living on the Edge Dodge, 326.70. Fourth was Norman Newswanger with the Pickle, the Chapter 11 Ford, 326.17. I'm tired. I'm crazy. We got to get done. Fifth was James Barter with the Barter Turbo Service Ford at 325.10. Sixth, Jeremy Denson with Two Disturbed at 319.43. And seventh was Tom Hassler with the Twisted Addiction, 314.36. Finishing out Friday night at Harford County Fair, Bel Air, Maryland, was the 10.5 ABC York 466 Hot Farm Tractor. You thought I was going to forget saying that, didn't you? Actually, I did forget saying it on the Super Pros, the Fishersville. My apologies. Taking the win, Doug Heyman with Bulls Binder, 334.18. Second, Ray Norris with Pack and Heat, John Deere at 326.83. Third, Brian Morrison, Mr. Thumbs Up, the Shed Shaker, 324.90. Fourth was Luke Gladhill with the Weapon X, John Deere at 313.81. Fifth, Alan Lynch with Betting on Green at 313.59. We know that's a John Deere, right? Sixth was Tyree Cable with the After Hours 2 International, 312.22. Seventh, local Dave Darty, also Fair Board member down there now with the Harford County Farm Fair, with his Buzzard Bait Oliver, 311.91. Eighth was Mike Moreland with Digging Deep, his international at 308.95. Ninth, Nelson Harding with the Ford 9000 at 305.09. 10th was Nick Morrison with Toxic, the international, at 304.22. 11th, another county local here, Paul Richardson with the Venomous Alice Chalmers at 299.41. And running out the class was Robert Dixon Jr. with the Problem Child International at 241.45. And that wrapped up Friday night. Great night of pulling. And we're going to move to Saturday. Another 7 p.m. start time. Let's see if I can lose all my papers here. Okay.
Right back to the hot farms.
Yep, you're right back to Hot Farm. The ABC York 10.5 466 Hot Farms. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you so much.
That's all right. I'm following along tonight. I don't have too much else to do.
And what Brian Morrison's got a fetish for peach ice cream. But not me personally, but okay. Anyway, Doug Heyman, back to back, does it at Bel Air with Bulls Binder, 339.48. Second was Brian Morrison, a thumbs up guy with the Shed Shaker, 324.86. Third was Ray Norris with Pack and Heat at 320.61. Fourth was Mark Cable with the After Hours 2 at 317.67. Fifth was Mike Moreland with Digging Deep, 310.10. Sixth was Luke Gladhill with the Weapon X at 310.01. Seventh, also, I didn't say it the first time around, but Alan Litch, another Harford County feller, with the Betting on Green at 308.40. Eighth was Paul Richardson with Venomous at 294 even. Ninth, Nick Morrison with Toxic at 293.36. 10th, Robert Dixon Jr. with the Problem Child at 290.98. And unfortunately, rounding out the class in 11th, Dave Darty with Buzzard Bait at 1.64. And we'll be putting a turbo on a tractor soon. So
that is why I didn't see Dave Doherty at Lebanon. I missed him at Lebanon, I think. Okay. They're not running points this year, so work, et cetera, plus getting ready for the Harford County Farm. Like I said, he is on the board, and they were having events all week there, so that's where he was at. And I talked to Nick Morrison today. He caught me on a couple of my screw-ups that I had to fix. But anyway, I brought up, it's like, man, you're starting to worry me. Until Schuylkill Haven, he said Bel Air is his kryptonite. So it's tough when you go to your hometown pool and you kind of struggle a little bit. But Nick's tough. He'll hang in there. He's a tough cookie. 7,800-pound East Coast diesel 4x4 trucks. And I won't get so dramatic this time, Kendra.
John Mans with Crazy X took the win, sweeping the weekend with his Crazy X Ford at 347.93. Second was Norman Newswanger with Chapter 11 at 343.39. You can jump for joy now. By the way, I like the new pickle you have in the driver's seat.
It's time to beat Mans.
I noticed that Norm is like hot on Mans's tail at both hooks at the Hartford.
Yep.
Third, Tom Hassler. Third was Tom Hassler with Twisted Addiction at 336.91. Fourth, James Barter with Barter Turbo Service, 336.24. Fifth, Carl Ankowicz with Living on the Edge at 332.29. Sixth was Jeremy Denson with Too Disturbed at 328.47. And poor Curvin with The Outlaw, Curvin Zimmerman, 319.93. Hang in there, Curvin.
Curvin is either up or down.
Yep, that's okay. He's having fun, I hope, and we appreciate him supporting us.
Well,
so that's great.
I have a little bit to add there. This is Curvin's first year in this class here, and there's a lot of learning to do to figure out his new build. So I think he's actually doing quite well for what he has there.
You bet. Next up was a 20,000-pound limited pro stock semis, taking the win. I'll get it right this time. Hank Oster with the scrapper, 368.11. Second was Brian Smith with Snowblind. That Mac went 363.24. I'm going to tell you what, that Mac is running good, folks. Keep an eye out on that truck. Third, Dave Greek with Pressure Time at 344.99. Fourth was Jerry Martin with Inconvenience, 341.33. Fifth, Albert Brown with the world-famous Back in Black Mac. We all know the Back in Black Mac, 323.88. And sixth was Harry Dayhoff with the all-in Kenworth at 307.09. And we went into the final class of the weekend, the 7,500-pound modified tractors. And taking a win was the Hammer. Jason McKenzie with Never Satisfied, 369.22. What a monster run. I mean, I wouldn't even turn hardly after the green flag. I didn't even get past the line, and he was gone, man. It's like, holy moly, he is on a mission. For sure. Second was Lynn Brookhart with the Radio Reactor at 359.90. And third was Phil Jones, who bent the throttle just a little harder this time around on a new setup, 299.24. Good for you, Phil. Okay. That catches us up to last night's event. Feel free to say something while I get a drink of coffee here. And there's Rolling with the Davises. How are you tonight, Becky? This lady keeps me on my toes. I joke with her. I'll get home because I'm stuck at the event till the end of the event. And she usually films most all the events too. But I'll come home, get all cleaned up, get the truck unloaded, and I come in. Hell, she's already got a class posted. I'm like, that woman don't never sleep. She never sleeps. I think it's great. I love it. Okay. Schuylkill County Fair. Good time. Had a good time up there. I thought the track was pretty decent. I didn't hear any complaints.
So what did Kendra have on the menu that evening?
I couldn't tell you because I never got a message to come and eat.
We had pork barbecue, so I could have it in the crock pot.
Nice.
And we didn't have to actually cook.
Yeah.
Nice. Thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that actually worked out very well.
I'm getting hungry.
On those weeknight pools, I might have to do that more often.
Yes, please.
Prepping.
You need my phone? You have my phone number.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, David Blaylock, just a few hours away from, what's that out there, Oregon? Yeah, not a few hours away. But anyway.
Oregon, that's the wrong coast. I mean,
Easy.
left coast.
The left coast.
Left coast.
Yeah, let's see. I got these all mixed up. I apologize.
466 Hot Farm.
I know what's first. I'm just shuffling my papers.
Oh.
Here, you want to read them? Here, start reading.
No.
See, can you read
take
it?
Care of it. I just, I thought you were confused. You shuffled your papers and you lost your tab.
I'm old, but I'm not that old yet. So.
No, that's
anyway,
right. Just trying to be helpful.
I appreciate it. It's all good. Yeah, he says it's the right coast. But anyway, the ABC York 466 Hot Farm Tractors taking the win yet again. Doug Heyman with the Bulls binder at 330.41. Second, I'll give you a guess. First two don't count.
Brian Morrison.
Brian Morrison with the shed shaker. 320.31. Third, Nick Morrison. Got that kryptonite unloaded, I guess. With the Toxic IH at 314.64. Fourth, Alan Lynch with Betting on Green at 307.92. Fifth, local. We can call him local in this pool. Nelson Harding with the Ford 9000 at 300.40. And rounding out the class was Luke Gladhill with Weapon X at 287.47. Next up, small class of modified 4x4 trucks. Taking the win, George Abshire. I'm not sure that might be his first win.
I think they posted that
as a driver. I think it's his first win. Congratulations, George, with the split decision. Chevrolet at 336.29, and he drove. You can hear him feathering the throttle when he thought he needed to, and he did a good job driving. Big thumbs up. That comes from Brian, too. Second, Wayne Tapscott the second with High Anxiety at 326.48. Third was Wayne Tapscott the third with Tasmanian Terror 2 at 325.39. Fourth was Will Hitchcock with the Homewrecker, 324.29. Fifth was Troy Nails with Gone AWOL, 324.25. That's probably the first time I've seen only 5 four-wheel drive trucks at a pull in many a year. 20,000-pound limited pro stock semis. Hank Oster taking the win with the Scrapper, 361.74. Second, Albert Brown with Back in Black at 332.25. Third was Dave Greek at 330.54. And fourth was Jerry Martin with the Inconvenience at 287.71. Not sure what happened. I'm not sure if it was a kill switch issue or the guillotine went closed on its own or whatever. However, I don't think, obviously, the tie didn't break, so he wasn't allowed to rehook. 287.71. And the last class that we need to talk about tonight would be the 7,800-pound East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive trucks. And the monkey's gone, Carl. Carl Ankowicz took the win with Living on the Edge at 312.24. Second was local. I'm going to call him local because he said he's 15 minutes away. Tom Hassler with the Twisted Addiction, 305.40. Third, James Barter with Barter Turbo Service. The Ford with A. Cummins, 302.23. Fourth was Norman Newswanger with Chapter 11 at 301.94. Fifth, Jeremy Denson with 2 Disturbed, 299.18. Poor Kervin Zimmerman with the Outlaw at 186.30. And we got to fix that rabbit. Got to fix that rabbit. That wraps up what I thought was a good pool. I always enjoy going up to Schuylkill. And can't wait to go back. So that's it.
And I forgot to mention.
And we did it all in less than an hour, Duane.
Yeah, almost.
How about that?
I forgot to mention something at Lebanon. At Lebanon, Jeremy Denson raked in a cool $1,500.
Yes.
Thanks to Tommy Hassler adding 500 to the $1,000 purse. And the reason I say that is because I think Tommy was shorted a little bit because it never got announced. So there it is.
Ouch.
But
yes, I'll tell you what. Yeah, go ahead, Kendra.
The real best part about Denson's win at Lebanon was with that extra $500 that Hassler put towards the class. He bought all of us steak and scallops for Bel Air. So the Diesel 4-wheel drive class ate very, very well Friday night.
I got an invite for that, and I forgot. I hurried up, got my truck, and went home. It's pretty tired.
I even took a picture.
Missed out. I missed it. Don't rub it in. Please don't rub it in.
Look at how delicious. We
Stop it.
Steak and taters and some corn.
And you're saying that Jeremy made this at the trailer, or how?
Jeremy brought the food and I cooked it.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yep.
You guys are awesome.
Still didn't send me a message. Jeremy did tell me about it, though. but I forgot about it. I forgot.
We will not have food next Monday night at Berkeley County, but there's 9.5 times out of 10, there's some food at the Chapter 11 trailer. It's the only reason Norm keeps bringing me around.
I'm usually so far away.
Geez, really put yourself on the...
I'm usually so far away from home, I'm ready to jump in the truck and fly home.
Guy's going to go hungry if Kendra ain't there.
You know what they say, know your role.
That's all right. You know what? If nobody else has said it, I really enjoyed all the food that I've had at the Chapter 11 trailer. It was all a 10. Definitely a good experience.
I'm scared to come over there. So I don't know what I'm going to hear. Anyway, okay. Real quick here, I want to jump in and get this scheduling stuff done. I want to keep Kendra up. I know she's tired. I'm tired. Speaking of, August 5th, 6 p.m., that's this coming Monday, Berkeley County Youth Fair in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We're looking at the modified four-wheel drive trucks, the East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks, Pro Stock 4x4 trucks, ABC York Hot Farm, and the Weimer Turbo and Fuel Super Stock Pro Stock tractors. Again, 6 p.m. August 9th is a scratch. If you're looking at the East Coast, you have an old schedule, something to scratch that off. That has been canceled. August 10th is wound up, ready to go. Correct, Dwayne?
I'm ready to go.
Beast of the East. East Coast Diesel four-wheel drive trucks and the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, and I'm sure Dwayne will have some more to say about that. I'm going to go ahead and skedoodle through the August month here. August 17th, 6 p.m. We're at Berryville, Virginia, the Clark County Road 10 Fairgrounds. Pro Stock four-wheel drive trucks, modified 4x4 trucks, and the Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors. August 23rd, the modified 4x4 trucks will be at the West End Fair in Gilbert, Pennsylvania. The rest of the crew, August 23rd and 24th, 7 p.m. both nights at the Center County Grange Fair in Center Hall, Pennsylvania. It's a big weekend of pulling. It's a great place to go hang out. Lots to do, lots to eat. Rides for the kids. Bring your family. Come on out and spend the weekend. I believe the classes are the same mostly for East Coast. You got the 7,500-pound modified tractors, the Weimer Fuel and Turbo Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, the ABC York 466 Hot Farm tractors, limited light pro tractors on August 23rd, and it looks like the limited Pro Stock semis. Same classes on Saturday night, with the light pro tractors will not be there Saturday night, but you'll have the remaining of the classes I just read. Again, 7 p.m. August 23rd and 24th, Center County Grange Fair, Center Hall, PA. If you've never been there, you're missing one hell of a weekend. There's plenty to do there.
Might have to take a trip to the mountains.
Absolutely. It's a great time. It really is. And that rounds out August for East Coast Pro Pulling, and there's still plenty more to go in September. We'll get into that later in the month. So.
Dwayne, you want to hit Beast of the East quick?
Sure. Anyway, I got some pretty cool stuff here. I don't know if anybody knows it yet, but I got my nice new Beast of the East hat on. We're playing around with a little bit of merch. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with that, if we're going to make enough to sell or if we're just doing it for fun. And my Beast of the East mug. And this here has a little bit of a story behind it, courtesy of Albert Brown's wife. She has been doing some of this type of stuff here, and she noticed me sitting, actually not sitting on the wall, but working the track, flagging, and I always had warm water sitting on the wall, and she decided that it was time for I don't know what you want to call it, a off-brand Yeti koozie that is personalized. So thanks to Albert's wife for that. Coming up on August the 10th, not this weekend, but next weekend, Beast of the East, we'll have our big two-track event again, the last one of this year. It's going to be the biggest one because we're bringing in East Coast and Appalachian Outlaws. Let me see here. Pit gates open at 2 p.m. Spectators open at 5. Pools start at 7. $15 ages 10 and up. $5 ages 5 and 9. 4 and younger are free. Our truck classes will be Wild Street Diesel, 2.6 Pro Street Diesel, 3.0 Limited Pro Stock Diesel, Street Legal Semis, and Street Gas. The East Coast classes, which JR covered here, are the 466 Hot Farm and the East Coast Diesel 4x4 trucks. And the Appalachian Outlaws will be their big block, small block, high output gas trucks, and their big block, high output gas trucks, which are the big block and the small block are two very competitive classes, which bring a lot of trucks from all over. And so that's going to be on August the 10th, 7 p.m. Kendra.
Yes. So the first thing I want to discuss this evening is Interstate kind of has something fun going on, most specifically the Mod Turbo class. Liquid Tube reached out and wants to basically throw some money at the class in a kind of unique way. So we are having a Liquid Tube 2024 Mod Turbo Shootout. So what this is going to be is it's going to be 5 events that are going to be kind of a mini point series. And at the end of it, Liquid Tube's throwing about $3,000 to the class. Top 5 tractors are going to get some money. Going to have 5 hooks. The first one is going to be this Saturday, August 3rd at at Mont Alto. August 19th at Center Hall, Pennsylvania is going to be the second hook. Third hook will be Labor Day weekend at Boonesboro, Maryland. Fourth hook will be September 7th at New Centerville, Pennsylvania. And they're going to round out and do kind of a little awards presentation at Harrisonburg at the October the 5th pool. Basically, the rules are you have to fit into the Interstate 8500 Mod Turbo class rules. Be a member in good standing, which means, you paid your dues, you did all the good things. Points are going to be awarded based, the same way that Interstate does, East Coast, everybody does out there. And then top 5 finishers first place will get $1,100, second place $750, third $500, fourth $250, and fifth $150.
Wow.
So if you have not heard about this and you fit the 8500 Mod Turbo rules, contact either Jason Forrester or Jess Starr. She's kind of the in-between person there between Liquid Tube and Mod Turbo. So I think it's pretty cool. A different way of kind of getting a sponsor there, get their name out there. I think all the guys are going to run some stickers, of course, all the typical sponsorship stuff, but you're more prominent. Anywho, regular Interstate schedule. This Saturday, Mont Alto Fire Hall Grounds going to be hosting a big event. Going to have the 11,000-pound Hot Farms, 10,000-pound Pro Farm, 8,500 Mod Turbos, 6,200 two-wheel drive trucks. Oh, and by the way, all those Mod Turbo guys, you're still getting your regular purse at all 5 of those hooks. So it is completely just extra money getting thrown your way.
Getting cashed in.
Yeah. Everybody loves some extra cash, man. You're going to the pools anyway.
More steak and scallops coming down the road.
Yeah, exactly. 6,200 two-wheel drive trucks will also be on hand this weekend at Mont Alto, 8,500 Wild Street, 7,500-pound farm stock with an 8-mile-an-hour limit, and 13,000-pound farm stock with a 12-mile-an-hour limit. Thursday, August the 8th at Union County Fair is going to be the mini night, big block minis, small block minis, and the small block 4x4 trucks. Saturday, also at Union County Fair, is going to be the 8,500 Mod Turbo, 7,800 modified, 6,200 two-wheel drives, and then the Snyder County Hot Stock and Enhanced Farm classes. August the 12th, which I believe is going to be a Monday, Montgomery County Fair. Man, oh day, has it been forever since we've been there. 7,800 modifieds and 8,500 Mod Turbos. I think that's Gaithersburg, Maryland, is where the Montgomery County Fair is. Then August the 16th, going up to Bangor, Pennsylvania, is going to be the 6,200 two-wheel drives. Then we get into Center Hall Week. As JR mentioned, East Coast will be there as well. The Saturday before the East Coast show is going to be the minis, the big block, small block, and the 6,000-pound classic mods. August 17th is also going to be Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you have never been to Harrisonburg, Virginia for a pull, you are missing out. Huge fairgrounds, absolutely huge fairgrounds, double track. It's every bit as wide as Lebanon, isn't it?
Never seen
JR,
it.
you've been
That's
there.
a big place. Yeah, that's a big place.
It is
awesome.
The track is huge, big area.
Yeah. I mean, they have decent sized concerts held at that same venue. 4,500 small block trucks, 6,200 street 4x4 trucks, 7,700 pound light limited, 7,800 pound modifieds, 8,500 mod turbo, 10,000 pound pro farm, 11,000 pound hot farm, 6,200 two-wheel drive trucks, and they also usually have some farm stock on hand. Absolutely huge show for $10. You can't beat it, folks, and it's a big fair. Then the following Monday, they're going to be at Center Hall with the 8,500 mod turbos, 7,800 pound modified, 7,700 pound light limiteds, 4,500 pound small block trucks, and the 6,200 two-wheel drives. Then Tuesday night down at the Page County Fair in Luray, Virginia, going to have a slew of farm stock tractors, as well as the 6,200 pound street trucks, county only. So you must be from Page County to pull there. The 6,400 pound Pro Street and the 8,500 pound Wild Street. Next night at the same fair, Luray, Virginia, August the 21st, 6,200 pound two-wheel drive, 7,800 pound modifieds, 8,500 pound mod turbo, 11,000 pound hot farm, and 10,000 pound pro farm. Friday, August the 23rd, Gilbert, Pennsylvania at the West End Fair is going to be the 6,200 two-wheel drive trucks. Then down to August the 25th at the Woodstock, Virginia, Shenandoah County Fair. 4,500 pound small block trucks, 8,500 pound mod turbo, 10,000 pound pro farm, 7,800 pound modifieds, and street diesel pickup trucks. And rounding out August the 31st at Boonesboro, Maryland, 8,500 pound mod turbo, 4,500 pound small block trucks, 7,700 pound light limited turbos, hot street semis, and 8,000 pound street diesel. If you cannot find a pool to go to in August, you need to open your eyes, folks.
I got a couple more Snyder County ones to throw on here.
Everywhere.
Oh, Josh has hats.
Yes. No, he's asking. He's asking.
He does have the hats. He's the one that's selling them. He's one of our partners.
Gotcha. I got you. I'll have to ascertain one of those.
So right there is Josh Kleinfelter. Message him and reserve your hat now. I have a couple for Snyder County, if I may.
Yep.
Real quick. August the 6th, Union County West End Fair. 2.6 Pro. It's August the 6th. 2.6 Pro Street, 3.0 Limited Pro Street Gas, Wild Street, Street Gas Trucks Local, and Street Diesel Trucks Local. August the 10th, they have West End Fairgrounds is going to have Enhanced Farm, Hot Stock, Modified ITTPA, two-wheel drive Interstate, and Mod Turbo Interstate. I have 3 listed here, Kendra. I only heard you quote one, so I'm not sure.
Where's that?
At Union County West End Fair, there's 3 classes of interstate tractors on this schedule. This is the Snyder County schedule. It has modified two-wheel drives and mod turbos.
Which night?
Saturday night, August the 10th.
I must have missed them because, yes, that is on the interstate schedule as well.
Okay, just wanted to double check because I only heard you say one, but I didn't want to interrupt. August the 16th, Center County Grange Fair is going to be 2.6 Pro Street trucks, 3.0 Limited Pro, and Pro Street Gas. August the 17th, which is a Saturday night, is Enhanced Farm, Hot Stock, and Mod Turbo Super Farm. Then August the 23rd, they have Hot Stock listed, which I think is going to be running the same night as East Coast. And then August the 31st, back at Sealands Grove, they're going to have Enhanced Farm, Hot Stock, 26 Pro Street, 30 Limited Pro, Run What You Brung trucks, and 10,000 pound open. So that's what I have for the month of August for Snyder County.
I want to also add Friday, August 9th at Laurelton. That was sent to me today for Snyder County. Was the Enhanced Farm Track. This is 7 p.m. start time. I'm sorry. Yeah, 7 p.m. Enhanced Farm Tractors, Hot Stock Tractors, the 26 Pro Street Diesel 4x4 trucks, Run What You Brung trucks, and the Mod Turbo tractors. Now, this is Friday, August 9th.
Okay.
Snyder County. So,
good deal.
All classes are Snyder County.
So watch Facebook for. Oh, there you go, Josh. There's the hat. Says, give them a good look. They're nice hats, really nice hats. Embroidered, they'll last a long time if you don't use them for a grease rag.
Okay. Now I'm going to try to get to that Friday night pool, and then I guess Saturday I got to go to Beast of the East.
Remember, the drive home after Beast of the East is going to be a lot shorter.
Yes, this is very true.
But
That's
guess
okay.
what?
That's
In
okay.
my personal opinion, the drive home from West End on an evening pool, like at midnight or around there, 11 to midnight is not a bad pool coming down
piece of
through
cake.
the mountains and down the river. It's a nice cruise.
Yep. Never mind. I ain't gonna say anything else. But yes, it's
if you have your
it's a
Waze
fun
app,
drive.
If you have your Waze app turned on and you make sure you don't
What's that?
that's called
I know what it is.
that's called insurance.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, keeps you out of trouble.
Tries.
Okay.
We hope it keeps us out of trouble.
Yeah. Well, folks, I guess that's a wrap. You did it good. Not quite an hour and a half, Kendra. You did okay.
Yeah. I'll still be in bed by 10. I'm happy camper.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a few people that like to drag race down 11:15 every now and then, so I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. Please hit that thumbs up. Makes us look better for YouTube. And we'll be back next Wednesday. I'll have Martinsburg results, and I'm sure Kendra will be loaded up with some stuff. And it'll be up to Duante. Yeah, Duante to pick up some stuff. So
I might have some promotions too. Beast of the East will be a couple days after. We'll see.
Okay.
Come up with something.
Perfect. All right, so we'll be back next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel, I reckon. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm surprised we got through as quick as we did, because that was a lot. I got to looking at the piles of paper, and then Kendra said she had 4, and then Dwayne, and so on and so on. I'm like, oh boy, we're going to be a while, but we did good. So with that said, I know, get over and get ready to go, Jim. Okay, till next Wednesday. Get out, support your local fairs. Get out, support your local fair events, pools, whatever. Be safe, travel safe, and we'll see you next Wednesday night.
There you go. See y'all later.
See ya.